Welcome to the Free Idea Podcast. Today I'm talking about McDonald's. I just bought an English McMuffin for $1 thanks to their app deal. And believe me or not, this is not advertisement. Imagine, imagine if I was being paid by Ronald McDonald. But they got a really good deal in the app that for every week you can buy a breakfast English McMuffin for $1. And so I'm on a diet. So I just ate the egg and the sausage and I didn't eat the bread. So for $1, a sausage and an egg is really good deal in this economy. So for once a week, Ronald McDonald's blesses me with an egg and a slab of a sausage roll breakfast. Yeah, that's a good deal. And then I can also get, I believe, twice a week, um, the same thing, but for $2. $2. And I can choose if I want just the egg or the sausage or if I want a McGriddle, which is just like pancakes instead of bread. Oh, with like the meat inside. Yeah, damn it. Now it sounds like advertisement. But my point was, my idea is, why doesn't just McDonald's start selling just the egg and sausage for people like me? I live in Austin. There's tons of hippies in here, just like me, that cannot handle the bread because we're so weak. We cannot handle bread. Oh no, the gluten will kill us. And so we need to have options, gluten free options or vegetarian, I mean, whatever, hippie stuff. So why don't we just have a deal? They can keep the bread and I can keep the sausage and the egg. Because what I'm doing now is I'm just taking off the bread, and that works. That works pretty good. That works. I mean, it makes they don't have to mess with their system and add orders to their system or whatever, right? But yeah, they would save cost and bread. Just sell me the egg and just sell me the sausage, or just sell me the egg and I want three of them every morning. Just three of them. Slather them with butter and cheese if you want. Although I probably won't eat the cheese, so I'll choose no cheese. But you know what I'm getting at? McDonald's, Burger King. I was looking at Burger King for any deals like that, and they had like $5 deals where they include hash browns and a soda or like a coffee and this big ass croissant and like a slab of meat and cheese. And I'm like, bro, I live in Austin with the hippies, bro. You need to start selling me just the egg and the sausage alone. There's no fast food restaurant out there that just sells you um natural ingredients, let's say. Because I've seen so many videos where this McDonald's bread, or not McDonald's in particular, but like Chick-fil-A bread, it has like 50 ingredients. 50 ingredients when it should just be like three. Just flour, water, and egg, and man, that's all three. And then you could add some extra stuff like salt and butter and yeast and all that good stuff. Six ingredients. But these guys have 50 so that they could stay fresh forever. And at that point, fresh, I wouldn't even call it fresh. I'll call it dead. Dead, like with epoxy, like plastic, so that, it could, like how they embalm bodies. They're dead bodies, but they stay young forever because all that plastic that they've been injected with so that it doesn't putrefy while you're looking at it and crying. So that the nose doesn't fall while you're looking at that face. I mean, like, that doesn't look like my father anymore. It's like, well, we did our best. That's when I look at that bread, I'm like, this don't taste like bread no more. So any fast food restaurant out there that already sells breakfast stuff, just sell the ingredients on their own and people are gonna buy. Just sell me the eggs. Just sell me the egg and the sausage. Don't include the cheese, or just the egg, and I'll buy three of them. And I'll gobble it down. So that's my idea. Do you want me to repeat it? Because I will. I ran out of ideas, so I will repeat it. Breakfast restaurants need to start selling the breakfast ingredients on their own. You can try it out in hippie Austin, over here where people don't shave their armpits and smoke a lot of crack. Man, I love crack, right? That's why I moved here. Because, like, You see people that love crack all around the streets. What's up with the zombies? And that's the funniest thing that I've heard. Somebody was calling them zombies. Man, the zombies in here are aggressive. They're aggressive in here. They're like, I've had so many instances of like these zombies fight each other with knives outside of Petco. I'm just trying to buy cat food for my pet, and two houseless persons um, start fighting, arguing outside the store. And one of them has a knife, and the other one is like faking that he has a knife behind his back because he probably doesn't, but he doesn't want to look weak. So they're barking at each other, and they're like at each door of the Petco. And so this dude just walks in the middle through them. And I'm like, dude, you know they have a knife? He's like, yeah. He keeps walking like my dude. He's a veteran. He's a veteran of Austin. And then another time I went to this super fancy place where the parking is like $40. As soon as I step out of the car, as soon as I step out, one of them zombies starts screaming in the sky. I'm like, oh my God. You start seeing things different when you have a baby. I have a child, a little 3-month-old creature. And when I start seeing people screaming outside the parking lot, I'm like, it's not, I'm not enough to protect this little creature. Because this zombie could just, launch at me or the baby. And I'll react, but it probably won't be quick. So, anyways, how did I get here? Hippie Austin. Uh, English McMuffin. I think I got into that part. So my muffin, sell the ingredients, man. Sell the ingredients. You can sell them cheaper. In fact, I think they'll make more money because I bought that McMuffin for $1. Right? Came with a bread, came with butter, cheese, sausage, and a bunch of other stuff. But I threw the bread away for $1. I feel like the sausage alone and the egg are worth $1 in Austin. Somewhere else, no. But look, I didn't have to cook it. I didn't have to get my kitchen dirty. I didn't have to take things out of the fridge and then, put everything back into the fridge, clean the kitchen, wash all the dishes, either now or later when I come from work. I didn't have to go to the grocery store to replenish on eggs and sausage. I did not have to raise the pig for a year so I could later butcher it and turn it into sausage, or the chickens that I had to build a coop so that I had to harvest the eggs and then feed them chicken feed for like 30 days for them to start laying eggs. And then I ran out of space because I live in an apartment. I didn't have to do all that. And for $1, for a measly $1, I feel rich. For $1 and a moment in American history, I felt like I was not living in the Great Depression anymore. I got a whole egg and a whole sausage. And I didn't want the cheese, but no, I didn't have the bother to take it off with my fingers. Like whatever stuck to the bread stuck there and I forgot it. And whatever stuck to my sausage stayed there. And I just embraced it. I just did. May not be grass fed, but it will feed me. And I will feed the grass later. Later when I die. And I'm made out of plastic. So how many times will you get tired of me repeating, we need to have ingredients just be sold on their own? Because if I go to McDonald's, I'll buy 3 eggs. $1 for 3 eggs. Give me 3 eggs for $1 and a sausage. You save the bread. Uh, keep, See what I mean? Got a food hack over here. That's why we the poor know how to live. You gotta be poor. If I wasn't poor, I wouldn't have thought about that. I would have bought the $5 combo meal from Burger King and then, get rid of everything else, like all the 5 things that they give you and just eat the sausage. But because I'm poor, I can just eat egg once a week. Welcome to America, the freedom cause, man. Freedom cost. All right, I'm going downhill on a bridge. An airplane is above the sky. Some train tracks on the side. Why don't we have trains anymore? I don't know. America needs to wake up because China has trains. They got them tracks, boy. They got them bullet trains. They got the magnets. They got the electricity running through the city. They got that coal factories. And they're building them nuclear power plants. That nukes. That'd be nice, some nuclear stuff. Oh yeah, I'm arriving at work. That was my only idea, breakfast sandwiches. So I just took out this phone and I'm like, you know what? This is worth an idea. Like really, really worth an idea to spend like 10 minutes on it before I get to work. Get to work, boy. And that's about it. I'll cut it short this time. I don't want to take too long. I mean, it's a great idea, but it's not that all that out. You know what I mean? Let me just check if I had some other ideas written in here. I haven't done this in a while because I think my ideas are okay. But you know what? Ebony motivated me. This is for you, Ebony. Thank you. She was like, I like your podcasts. And she found them funny. So I'm like, you know what? I don't, because I just say it. But the fact that somebody else does, that's nice. So I do it for you, do it for everybody out there who may find this funny. And if you don't, don't torture yourself. Don't listen to this. There's like 50,000 more podcasts. Use your time wisely uh, for your own good and your own mental health. Because you really got to watch out for that health mentally. That's why I stopped watching news just today. Just I'm like a cigarette addict. I just stopped today. I love watching the news. But ever since they said that Epstein is innocent, I'm kind of like, all right, I'm done with this news. I'm done. It's not like I can influence anything that I hear, anyways. And then they come up with these really silly things. And that is like, yeah, sure. And water is dry. Thank you.